With the toners will all come in through the front here. They'll come in a box. When you take them out of the box, fluff them up. Toner tends to settle over time.
Yep.
Then pull the little white pull tab that'll allow the toner to drop. And then the side with the chip gets loaded in the machine. That'll monitor your toner levels. Put it in there till it clicks. And then anytime you change out a toner, run its corresponding wire back and forth. That'll clean that wire and give it a static charge. You should only have to do that when you add a new toner. But if you don't use color for a while and you start seeing blurred lines in a particular color, that just means that its corresponding wire lost its static charge. You just need to run it back and forth a couple times. That'll clean and charge that wire. This here is your waste bottle. It'll air out in the lower left-hand side. It'll say waste bottle full. To change him out, push down the two green tabs, pull it towards you. The new one will come in a box with a bag. Take that bag out and slide him into that bag because he's going to want to leak toner out of these holes. So be careful not to spill it over you.
Sure.
And then put it in the box. Then the new one will come out, line up, and just click right in. Okay? So that's your waste bottle. Your drawers, I got you set up like before. Legal ledger letter.
Okay.
There's sensors in the drawers. With the old Toshibas, you had to go user functions, drawer, touch on the drawer you want to change, and what you want to change it to.
Yeah.
Now it's got sensors. You don't have to do with all that.
Okay.
What you got to be aware of is that the tabs are as tight as possible to the paper.
Yeah.
Any little gap, even 1/8 of an inch or smaller like that, it, number one, may not recognize the paper size, but let's say it does, it's going to slip, misfeed, and paper jam.
Okay.
Because there's extra space in there. So you always got to have those tabs as tight as possible to the paper. And then if you do change out a drawer, there's little drawer identifiers in front so the users can see at a glance what kind of paper you have.
Sure.
Down here, you've got a high capacity drawer just like you had there.
Yep.
You can pull it out while it's running and only one half will come out. Or you can pull out both sides and load, You can load both sides to the max fill line. And then when this side's empty, it'll shove this stack over.
Oh, okay.
But what you got to be aware of on this is this divider. This paper's got to be on this side of the divider. This paper's got to be on this side of the divider.
Yeah.
We get a lot of calls all the time. My copy machine is freaking out. And we send a tech here and we find out the paper's thrown in and it's on the divider, and that's why the machine ain't happy.
Got it.
So you can load this onto this side, and then when you close it, don't slam it shut because that can jiggle the paper and it can freak it out too. So just close it nice and nice and slow.
Sure.
You've also got a bypass on the side here that you can drop down. If you want to do a third paper type and you don't want to change out a drawer, you can drop down the bypass.
And with this one, when we do like a third paper type, it automatically like recognizes that's where we're going to want to print from. Is that what it does here?
Yep.
Okay.
It does. And then you just got to follow steps 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Step 1, move this green lever over to position 1. That'll drop the paper pickup guide. Step 2, add your paper. Set the guides tight to the paper's edge. Step 3, return that green lever to position 2. That'll lock that paper pickup feed roller.
Got it.
Okay?
Alrighty.
If you do labels, do them through the bypass.
Okay.
That way there's less turning involved.
Okay.
The more turning you do with labels causes them to come undone and wrap up in components of the machine. The other thing you got to be aware of is if you're doing anything besides regular paper, you've got to tell on your computer when you're doing it that you're changing your paper type.
Okay.
If you're doing a thick, heavy paper, you got to tell it you're doing thick cardstock paper, so it tells the fuser to cook at a higher temperature to cook that toner in the page.
Okay.
If you leave it at regular paper setting and you run thick stuff through there, it won't cook the toner on the page, the toner will smear.
Okay.
Conversely, if you're doing labels, you've got to tell it to cook at a lower temperature. The normal paper temperature is too hot. It'll cause the labels to come up, the glue to free up and come undone.
Okay.
So you got to tell it I'm doing labels, cook at a lower temperature.
Got it.
Okay? So that's where your toner goes and your paper. Now we can go over to functions of the machine.
All right.
Main function is copy, and you got a touch screen panel now. So go into copy. Load your document face up on the document feeder. Set the guides. The blue light will come on, let you know that your document's loaded correctly. It's going to default to 1. It's going to default to black and white, and it's going to default to single-sided. If you want multiples, you got to tell it. If you want color, you got to tell it. If you want double-sided, you got to tell it.
Yep.
If you just want one copy, you can press the blue start button, and it'll make a copy.
Okay.
If you want multiples, you touch on the 1. That'll bring up the keypad, and you can put in, I want 10 copies. Okay? And it'll go back to 1 every time you're done.
Yep.
For color choices, you've got full color and auto color. See how the auto color's got the 3 black dots?
Yep.
That's going to give you your shading and of your colors and
like a richer,
better picture quality.
Yeah. Okay.
Where this is just basic primary colors.
Okay.
So if you're looking for picture quality, you want auto color. That's going to give you your shading and your different colors. But it's going to default to black and white. If you just need your primary colors, you can do full color.
Okay.
Now, double-sided is from your duplex tab right here.
Yep.
1 is single-sided, 2 is double-sided. It's going to default single-sided to single-sided. But if you had 2 single-sided copies and you want 1 double-sided, double-sided to double-sided, a double-sided copy, and a 2 split single-sided copy. It'll do any variation.
Yep. Okay.
On your control panel here, you got a yellow button. That'll escape you 1 step. You got a house button. That'll bring you to your home screen. Most of your stuff is located on your copy screen.
Yep.
If you go into job status, toner, it'll tell you your toner levels.
Got it.
Okay. The zoom function. Let's say you've got a driver's license or a receipt that you want to blow up. You can use any of these preset percentages, shrink it down to a quarter size, or blow it up 4 times to 400%, or you can go up or down by a percentage of 1 and get that document as big or small as you want it.
Okay.
The other thing you can do from your zoom screen is, let's say the original, which we have on the glass, is a letter size, but we want it to print out in legal.
Oh, that's nice.
It'll expand whatever size paper you want. If you've got a legal size on the glass, but you want it to print out in letter,
it'll shrink it up.
It'll crunch the numbers.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
That is your zoom. Your finisher, this is your finishing tab. That does all your sorting and stapling.
Yeah.
So sort is 1, 2, 3. So if you got 3 copies up there and you want it into packets of 1, 2, 3, you'd hit sort. If you put 3 copies up there, you want the 1s in a stack, the 2s in a stack, the 3s in a stack, that's group.
Okay.
2 people run to the copy machine at the same time and throw documents in there, rotate sort, so it won't mix up the jobs.
Got it.
Then you got your staple options, upper left, upper right, middle left, center top.
Okay.
Okay? So that was finishing.
Yep.
Let's talk about how we get into the finisher here. This is an inner finisher. Pull open on this little door here. Anything that's green you can move on this machine. This is a hole punch. This is where your staples are located.
Okay.
Staples will come in a little pack. When this is empty, you just squeeze on the 2 tabs, pull this little clear cartridge out, and the new cartridge will click right in. And these quick release, you'll just go right and back in and click right in.
Okay.
Okay. You could get paper jams in here. You can advance the paper out this way or out this way. The little screen will show you too exactly if and where you have any jams. This can come down and come out. You've also got right here, it'll say what kind of staples. These are 2400 series staples.
Okay.
Okay. There's another spot over here where you could get jams, but it'll point out exactly.
It'll give you like a walkthrough.
Yeah, but with a brand new machine, you shouldn't have to worry about jams for a couple 100,000 pages.
Sure.
Until the feed rollers roll out.
Okay.
So that's your finisher. Now let's go back to the home screen. We can talk about scan to email.
Yep.
Scan to email. You load your document to be scanned.
What was that?
They only scan the folder.
Oh, they only scan the folder.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go scan. Scan to your file folder, shared file folder, and then you'd hit OK. It'll come up.
What I'll do is I'll put a shortcut on the home screen for you.
Okay.
So like there'll be a button right here that you just press and does all the
Oh, okay.
right to
Awesome.
your file.
Sure.
And I mean, if you don't use any of these, we can remove them, and I can put that on this
Okay.
screen. So
Okay, great.
And then if you wanted to do scan to
Yeah, I
email
mean,
for some
fax
reason,
can definitely go
yeah,
right away.
so
We
we can
don't.
get rid of a lot.
Yeah.
and if you wanted to do scan to email, you could go scan to email, highlight a person's contact,
Sure.
and then hit send.
All right.
To enter in your contacts for your directory,
Mhm.
go user functions, address book, highlight an empty spot, say entry, and you can populate the person's first name, last name,
And
email
destination.
address.
Okay.
Okay, and with scan to email, you guys are using scan to folder, but if you do scan to email, just know that you always scan it to yourself, to your computer, and then from your computer send it out to someone else. If you send it right to someone else, it may say from Toshiba. They may be afraid to open it up.
Right. Okay.
But even if they do open it up, now if they reply to that email, where's it going to go? It's going to dead end at a copy machine. So you never
Understand.
want to send it to someone, scanned email. You always send it to
Self
yourself.
and then email it to the
And
person.
then you email it to them. That way they see that it's coming from you, from your computer. And if they reply, it's going to come to a computer and you're going to get that
Sure.
reply
Okay.
where it won't dead end at a copy machine.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
There is a counter button on here
Yeah.
if you need to know a page count.
Yeah.
And then you can say print out total counter or you can view total counter.
Sure.
If anybody's ever got any questions on anything, they can always call the number here. Someone's at the help desk Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
Okay.
And they can walk you through step by step.
Got it.
We don't expect you to go through the owner's manual.
All right.
So if the copy machine gives you any problems, jamming, streaking, ghosting images, give us a call. We'll get a technician right out here to fix it for you.
Sounds good.
You'll be on FM audit. So when the toner drops down to 25%, it'll send us a signal. We'll have toner showing up here before you run out.
Awesome.
If for some reason you run out and toner hasn't shown up, give us a call. We'll rush some toner down here for you.
Perfect.
Okay?
Sounds good. Is that everything?
That's everything.
All right. Perfect. You'll be a YouTube sensation.